Welcome to Today in Prophecy, our daily news program, and let the games begin. So let's start here with Kamala Harris. Apparently, check this out, if you, here it is, Dem Rep Frost, DEI attacks on VP Harris are equivalent to the N-word. So apparently, this is how it rolls. You are a racist if you say anything bad about Kamala Harris. Imagine that. Breitbart says America has just been put on notice. Representative Maxwell Frost out of Florida said on CNN's newsroom that Republicans like Tim Burchard, who say VP Kamala Harris is a DEI hired, are essentially using the N-word. Frost said he's going to continue to use all these racist dog whistles throughout the campaign. We're going to see it from Trump. We're going to see it from J.D. Vance. Listen, let's just put the facts out there. She is a DEI hire, and you guys can't admit it. All right, well, things are on a roll. Check this out with China. Not China, Canada, yes. U.S.-Canada jets intercept China, Russia planes near Alaska. Wow, look at that. American and Canadian warplanes intercepted 2 Russian and Chinese bombers in international airspace near the state of Alaska on Wednesday. That'd be yesterday, the joint U.S.-Canadian North American Aerospace Defense Command said. NORAD detected, tracked, and intercepted 2 Russian Tu-95 and 2 PRC-H-6 military aircraft operating in Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone. I mean, you're looking at this and going, okay, so, we have no leader in the United States of America. I don't care. If somebody actually thinks Kamala Harris is a leader, isn't it just absolutely absurd, the things that we're hearing about how wonderful she suddenly is when she only got, 1% of the vote during the primary some time ago? Remember that? 1%. 1%, and that 1% would have been from the left. You're thinking, wait a minute, none of them believed her. They all hated her during this last 3 years, and suddenly that Ice Cream Man Joe has stepped down from seeking to be reinstalled as president or going through the whole process of campaigning. Suddenly Kamala Harris is the greatest person in the world. Wow. Don't be fooled by this nonsense. This stuff is just idiocy. It's also, you know what it is? It's also gaslighting. They're gaslighting you. They're throwing out lies everywhere they can just to get you all riled up. And let me tell you, they're gaslighting everybody they possibly can, because everybody knows that she's about as bright as a box of rocks. All right. What's going on in D.C.? Well, Netanyahu was out here yesterday. He gave his speech, an outstanding speech, but apparently we have all these protesters in America that hate Israel and hate the Jews. So what do we see? Anti-Israel rioters burn U.S. flag, attempt to breach Capitol Police line as Netanyahu addresses Congress. Listen, I'm going to show you a couple of short videos. Check this first one out. Watch what happens here as the American flag is burned in Washington, D.C. Check it out. Wow, look at that. Look at that. I thought that was some kind of crime to do. Look at this. Wow. Unbelievable. Destroying monuments. Destroying, in fact, I heard one place they even cut off the head of George Washington. You look at this, you're going, unbelievable. Bunch of white liberals who are evil. Look at that. Evil people, morons. Their parents paid thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for them to even go to school. Wow. Well, let's not stop there. Check out this next one with the Liberty Bell. Now listen, this one has a little bit of bad language in it, but the Liberty Bell. So they can't stop here. It is to destroy everything. Watch this next video. Look at this. Wow. Just destroying everything. Look at that. You got the bad language on there. Got all this stuff. Look at this. Look at these things. And you're going, this is what is happening to America. America has been so divided, and we're rotten to the core. You start looking at things. What do we have? We have a huge abortion problem here in America, killing babies. God is not going to let these things be, he's going to deal with these things. He's going to deal with that. You see how we have rejected God, and we've been given over to a reprobate mind, but we're also descending into lawlessness. And you look at the evil here, and it's not a coincidence that the Jews and Israel are the center of the attacks right now. Biblically, we've been saying this for years. It's a strange thing. Now that it's becoming forefront, and you have people on both the right and the left that are showing their anti-Jew, their Jew hatred colors, suddenly they can't handle the Bible and the truth that the Bible teaches about the nation of Israel. So they're denying all of it. If they didn't deny it before, they would just keep their mouth shut before. But no, we are living in days leading up to the fulfillment of all Bible prophecy, where Daniel wrote, the angel told him, 70 weeks are determined, are settled for your people and for your holy city. That's the Jews and the city of Jerusalem. That 70th week, the final 7 years, folks, it is coming. All right, with that, check this out. Half of Congress skips Bibi speech. Who is the half of Congress that skipped the Bibi speech? Well, we thought we'd just give you some pictures so you can check out some of them. Here's just some of them. Recognize some of their faces. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, some of the people that everybody just loves. Of course, AOC. By the way, talk about evil people, Rashida Tlaib. But I mean, look at all, you start looking at these people and you're going, okay, hey, Kamala Harris, there she is. Wow. The Democrats, Wonder Woman, to be the next president of the United States. Couldn't even show up for that. And you wonder what's going to happen to Israel coming from the United States of America. If we think Biden was a little bit rough, he was nothing compared to Obama, but if you think Biden was a little bit rough, if you start looking at what's going to happen to Israel, if someone like Kamala Harris gets in, and man, things are going to be bad. Germany shuts down major Islamic center for serving as outpost for Iranian terrorists. I mean, it's about time we start seeing something like this take place. Let me read a little bit of this to you so we can get a feel for what's happening. In the understanding also, we've been watching what's happening to France. France has fallen. We're watching what's happening to London. Even in Dearborn, Michigan, here in the States, we see the protests going on in the heart of the country in Washington, D.C., here in America. And then we have this in Germany. Germany saying, hey, this is the problem. The German government has shut down a major network of Islamic organizations across the country, including a prominent mosque. Government officials confirm that police have raided 54 locations across the country. The raids are part of an investigation of a Hamburg-based organization suspected of promoting the Iranian leadership's ideology. The group is also accused of supporting activities of Iran-backed terrorist group Hezbollah in Germany, and the raids included a prominent mosque in Hamburg. Germany's Interior Ministry said the Islamic Center Hamburg, or IZH, has long been under observation by the nation's domestic intelligence agency. I mean, you read this and you're thinking, what's going to happen? Because we are watching this Islamic invasion taking place. We've seen how Iran and also Qatar and these Islamic regimes have been funding colleges, universities here in the United States of America. So you have all these young white liberals whose minds have been brainwashed to just speak evil against the United States, evil against Israel. And so you watch the entire Western world, at least between Europe and America, descend into this pit of Jew hatred. And where's it all coming from? Well, in this place, Germany pushed back this one time. But look at how Germany has opened up their borders to an Islamic invasion. You look at how France has. You look at how England has. You look at how America has. Look what's going on here in the borders of America. The borders have been completely blown open. And so people have been complaining about the illegal Mexicans coming across the border. Listen, there's a much bigger problem than that, although that will have a bad effect on the economy and other things. You got the Islamic invasion that's come in with the invasion from the south border of America. You have Islam, you've got the Somalis, you have the Chinese nationals. These things are really happening. And what's going to happen? Can this be stopped? I look at this and go, barring a miracle, there's no way. These are terror groups, terrorists, known terrorists that are here in the country, can't be accounted for. We don't even know where they are. And it's just a matter of time before they have their own dog whistle to do what they're going to do. Bad stuff. Irish immigration minister swamps small village with asylum seekers. So look at this one. I mean, you start looking at this and you're going, wait a minute. Germany is recognizing, hey, this is a little bit of a problem. But you can see it's happening in France. Everything we just talked about. And here's Ireland saying, hey, well, this seems like a really good idea. Let's do it here. It's either people leading are just really stupid or they're really evil or they are both. I can't think with the right mind. Professing to be wise, God says, I will show them to be fools, Romans chapter 1. I'll give them over to a reprobate mind. It doesn't just apply to the United States of America. We can start looking worldwide, especially in the Western world, and we can see how we are descending. Listen, I believe Antichrist rises out of the Western world, and that helps explain why we're going into this abyss of lawlessness and evil and Jew hatred, because out of it, out of the Western world is going to rise a leader who says, hey, I've got the solutions to all of this. It's going to be a leader who's going to promise peace and safety and unity, but he's going to have charisma, and the people are going to want him. He's going to appeal to the right. He's going to appeal to the left. And I believe that is what we are being set up for right now, for that leader to come on, because the leaders of the world are clueless. There's no genuine leader in this world right now. And man, let's move on. Hezbollah broadcast drone video of airbase deep in Israel. Lebanese armed group Hezbollah broadcast drone video on Wednesday that it says showed air defense facilities, planes, and fuel storage units at Israel's Ramat David Air Base, nearly 50 kilometers into Israeli territory. It was the third in a series of videos released by Hezbollah, which the groups had said are meant to demonstrate how far its surveillance of Israel has reached. The first video showed the Israeli port city of Haifa, and the second, the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Notice how this article out of Reuters says the Israeli-occupied. They refuse to say Israel's territory, Israeli-occupied. They still say that about Gaza. Israel, it was Israeli territory. They gave it over to the Palestinians, so the Palestinians could occupy their own territory. That's what's happening in Gaza. But you look at this, Israeli occupied. And then talking about Haifa, I've been to Haifa many times. You look at this reaching deep into the territory. Listen, we put all of these things together. We want to update you on the news that is going on out there. But with all of these things that are taking place, listen, remember that Jesus told us what this world was going to look like before he returns. He told us how things are going to come together. In Isaiah chapter 46, God tells us the end from the beginning, so we would be strengthened. So when we see all of these things begin to take place, listen, rightly understanding your Bible and rightly understanding the prophetic passages of your Bible, which are over 30% of your Bible, by the way, rightly understanding these things, it strengthens your faith. So we don't put our head in the sand and pretend like everything's okay. No, we got Kamala Harris. Is everything okay? No, everything's not okay. It's going to be great when Jesus returns, but until then, evil men wax worse and worse. Hey, listen, join me in November for the End of the World Conference in Temecula, California, November 8, 9, and 10. And also join me Tuesday night, Calvary Chapel of the Harbor in Huntington Beach, California. I'm going to be the guest with Joe Pettick, Pastor Joe Pettick, and Dan Cohen. Dan Cohen is the Newsmax Mid-East correspondent. It's going to be a great time. Calvary Chapel of the Harbor, Huntington Beach, coming Tuesday night. Hope to see you there. You can check out the events page at hopeforourtimes.com. God bless you.